Right, I see my guest is here. Welcome, Lisa, to the show. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. Long time no speak, no
Yeah,
see. All good.
yeah, yeah. Fine, thanks. How are
So,
you?
is it true? Are you running for local councillor or some other kind of
Yeah,
position?
I'm independent in the
Good.
Homesteads area, Stanford-le-Hope in Essex.
Well, and obviously the election was today. Yeah, still
Yeah,
technically
it's
going
still,
on for
yeah,
another
still
hour.
voting. Yeah, there's um,
Wow.
there's five places, but only three places are being used. But there's five areas that they're covering. So you go to Gable Hall School, you got two there. You go
Yeah.
to, I think it's Andrews Close, which is one Ballistonia, and then one in the Homesteads itself, Homesteads Village Hall.
Oh, good, good. And what? And do you know who your? Do you know who's standing in your ward? Are you standing where you live? Are you Are you
No, I
standing like?
wanted to. I wanted to stay where I live, but they said
Yeah.
to me, "Oh, you're going to split the vote, Lisa. You can't do that. You're going to split the vote. So please go to Homesteads." But it's only 1 year, and then we're all up for it because of the problems with vote council. He said, "Give it a year, and then we're all going to be voted."
Right. So this isn't meant to be the time of the local council elections in your area. So this is like a by-election that's going on. Is that right?
No, because of all the problems with Borough Council losing all that money,
Yeah.
they should have had it this year, which is going to be all the whole four of them, or whole 45 are going to be up this year. But because the government said, well, we're not really bothered at the moment, to give it another year, and then you'll all be up. So they said, for the moment, we'll just go for councillors. And other times it's going to be councillors, mayors, and all the others, whatever all the other stuff is. So that's next year, 2025.
Yeah. So if people don't know what we're talking about, just do you want to explain what's going on here? I've got an article here, just so
Well,
people
that's
can.
yeah.
This is an old. This is from February, but basically, Thurrock Council in Essex has, like with all councils now, they go bankrupt because they don't care, because it's not their money, it's all of your money, it's all of the local people's money, and these
Yeah.
people this is the problem with state services, right? Is that because they don't operate on a traditional profit and loss, supply and demand kind of way. So obviously, we all still have to pay. Well, not me personally, but we all still have to pay council tax, regardless. And because of that, because there's no threat of, if we do a bad service, then we may not get our money, like how the private market works. If I sell you if I keep sending people bad products and bad services, I will eventually go out of business because people will stop buying from me, right?
Yeah.
But when it's done by taxation, where you have to give them your money or else a threat of force will be used, then these people then don't care about whether it's a good service or a bad service, because they'll always get an unlimited fountain of money through taxation. But what's happened? What's happened, Lisa? Tell us. Go on, tell us what's happened.
I'm seriously thinking now that all these things that you're reading, it says Vote Council, 636 million bailout and all that is blurred lines. I'm seriously thinking the fact that in the last 6 weeks, they've put an £80 tax on us for a green brown bin. So if you want a grass cut, you've got to pay £80 every 2 weeks. When before it was every 2 weeks you get a blue bin and a green bin, blue bin and a brown bin emptied, no problems. Get re-elected, yeah. So now they're turning around and saying, right, where it used to be every week for your refuge rubbish to be emptied, is now every 2 weeks. So 1 week it's blue weeks with greens and you pay £80, and the next week after that it's your refuge bin. And on Facebook, all they're talking about is, oh, my black bin's not going to last. I need another black bin to cover it and all that. They're all interested in that, but not one of them had turned around and said, oh, do you know what? It's costing us £80 just to put grass in the bin. And I felt a little bit put out by that, thinking that you're not looking at the bigger picture, as I keep saying. What's the bigger picture? And that meeting that we went to in February about, please look at Aveley and think that Aveley can be the same as Stanford-le-Hope. So what we get in Aveley is going to be in Stanford-le-Hope. And I'm thinking, how can that be? It's a totally different area. And that is how you're being pushed into everything, and you're being grouped. And I've just had enough of it.
I know. I'm just looking at this article here.
Yeah.
So this is people think, you know, oh, the Tories, they're the party of business. They're not. They're like they're useless. Right? A council that is effectively bankrupt in its talks with government to borrow up to 636 million to help balance its book. Thurrock Council in Essex has a 1.5 billion debt following a series of high-risk investments. You know, this is the thing. Back in the day, this sounds crazy, right? People used to pay their council tax. You're going to go back to bins to make sure the bins are empty, make sure the grass is cut, and you know, and just make sure that's all you're paying for. What you should only be paying for, things like that, right? But what they do now, ever since, I don't know who started it. I think it was it Blair? I don't know. There was a certain act of parliament that was passed. I can't remember what it is. Probably you guys might know in the chat. That basically gave a carte blanche series that now they use the tax money and invest it into, you know, it makes me laugh. These people know nothing about business, and then they're investing. They know nothing about investment or anything like that, and then they put the money into these high risk investments, and then it eventually collapses. And I think I believe it was this the one that was to do with the Dogshi solar farm. Yeah, this the solar farm one, was it?
Your friend of mine, Shane Ralph, says we've already paid for that. So why are we all still going on about it? Your nice friend who come and meet us at
I remember. Mad Mick.
All that. They're all turning around the same. He's a spiteful bastard, and you know what's fair, but and he's not very good, and don't touch him, Lise, you know. And I'm thinking, I've known him all my life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Apparently, this individual is what I saw of him. He seems like one of these nosy Parker. Wants to know because he was an ex-councillor as well. He thinks he's somehow runs the bloody neighbourhood, isn't it?
He's going for Kynham now, aren't he? He's in Kynham Fobbing. He's got his name down for the Conservative in Kynham and Fobbing. He's going for that today now.
Yeah, he's a typical bureaucrat, busybody, authoritarian sort of guy.
Chairman for the Conservative Party now, and he's toxic. But I've known him all my life, and so I can't.
Yeah, the Conservative-run utility and local authority is also due to find out whether Westminster will allow it to increase council tax by more than 5%. So this is the problem, guys. They, excuse my language, right? They fuck up.
Yeah.
Thurrock Council fucks up, and instead of everyone resigning, including the unelected civil servants, right, who advise these people,
thank you.
Instead of doing that, their solution is to instead punish everyone in Thurrock, all the residents of Thurrock, including Lisa, by now. Oh yeah, we fucked up, but now we're going to raise council tax by 5%.
Yeah.
So you've all got to pick up the bill that we fucked up on. This is why I hate them. It's such a scam.
That's what makes me so mad. The Conservatives. He's a Conservative. Shane is now. Lisa, why you keep going on about this? We've paid for all this already. I said, so why are we still getting
for it?
Why have we got?
They don't have any money. It's all of our money. Government don't have money. It's all our money. It's taxpayer money, right?
Could you please?
They don't understand. They don't understand this. It's such a basic principle that they don't understand.
Yeah. Do not talk about 636 anymore, Lisa. I'm going. Well, you did it. You're the Conservative. No, we paid for that, Lisa. I said, no, we're not. Look at our bins. 80 bloody quid, That's Dave.
Yeah. I know Dave. Yeah, he's a good guy. Thurrock has asked for the initial 182.5 million from the Treasury to prop up its budget for 23 to 24. So again, that really is all our tax money, including mine, because obviously the tax that they get from VAT, the tax that they get from all sorts, beer tax, everything, right? That will go. So that's all going to prop up that. So again, we're all paying for. Everyone's paying for this. The loan, and then not just Thurrock, Croydon. There's so many, some Birmingham ones. Like they go out there because they just don't care. That's the economic phenomenon. Because think about it, guys. If it's not your money, and you probably won't be using the services, the people who are making these decisions, they've got private healthcare. They've got all of these top. They won't be using the crappy services. You'll be using it, and it's not so. think about it, it's human nature. If it's not my money and I'm not using the service, what's keeping me to account that I'm actually going to do a good job? What once every 4 years someone puts across an X in a box? That's keeping me to account, is it? No, it's not. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just human nature. And the loans fund will end up accounting 57% of the spending. The council ever hopes to recoup at least 475 million from the solar farms it started purchasing in 28. So basically, so apparently solar is the way forward, right? And Thurrock Council have invested this since 2018. And guess what? It's totally fallen apart, the business. And I heard, now I don't know, the CEO of this is just basically a con artist. That's basically, do you know what? I wouldn't be shocked, right, if the guy is a con artist and basically the council, i.e. government, and the con artist have colluded together to embezzle money. That it wouldn't shock me if that's actually what's, because that's basically what Mark Windows talks about. That is what communitarianism is. Big corporations, or an individual in this case, millionaire guys who already got money, and the local council coming together and scamming the everyday public. That's what basically it's corporatism. Basically, is that's essentially what it is. Chief Financial. I am angry. Who's this? Rob Gordon, a Tower Block resident in Grays in Essex.
Oh, that's a joke.
So seeing the council spending money while he was waiting for his block to be reclad made him angry.
And now they're getting rid of them.
These flats?
Yeah, they are going to get rid of them.
Wait, so they built the flats with, again, the taxpayer money, and now why are they getting rid of it then?
Because they're all substandard. They finally done the tests on it. The cladding that they put outside is now actually inside the building. So they've decided whole state is going to go, and they're going to have a new housing estate put on it. I think it's about 700 people. Is going on it.
This is why I keep saying we need to have a tax revolt.
Yeah.
These CUNTs are just never going to learn.
Yeah.
If we just keep going along with this system, nothing will change.
First man to
get worse.
Look at those buildings. We're cutting it all down. It's all going. You're going to have a new housing estate. First thing he said, and I thought, but
Wow.
Yeah, that's the first thing he said. Yeah.
This is.
Yeah,
that's right. John Kent.
The other buildings that are down in Chadwell St Mary, they're not touching them. Happy with them. They're the same people. When you look through Grays and you see the two buildings, one in Chadwell, one in Grays, the Grays ones are being demolished and the Chadwell ones are sitting there still perfect.
Do you know this chap, Lisa? Do you know this guy, whoever he is?
I think I've seen him before, yeah.
Let's just listen to this video and see what he has to say quickly.
We need exceptional financial support to make sure the books are balanced this year.
This is an enormous sum. It's one of the biggest that any council has in terms of a black hole in its finances. It's 3 times the annual budget that this authority has.
It's a very large figure, and I understand that. And I live in the borough of Thurrock. I'm local to here, and I understand that. And that's why I'm sitting here today, because I'm a resident of the area. I believe that we should keep the services, and I'm here to make the tough decisions.
How on earth are you going to be able to turn this around?
And we do need some help over a period of time, but I think it's possible, and I think we're going to work into that as we go forward here. This is the first day. This is our recovery, as I promised when I last spoke to you. We can then move forward, and we're going to make the tough decisions. I'm going to make the tough decisions what we're going to do.
Have you contacted the government yet?
We've been continuously in contact with the government.
But have you contacted the government about the need for money? Have you sent that request off?
We've been, since September the 2nd, since I took over, we've continuously engaging with the government and the commissioners.
But it is a bailout because it comes down to, as you say, part of this problem is 270.
Why is this man so camp? It sounds like a woman speaking. This is all part. These people are all like this. I don't know what they're so metrosexual. They're like, it's just this they're all camp and stuff. I don't know what it is with these people. I used to hang around, not hang around, but because I used to be trying to be elected myself, I used to like sort of see a lot of these people around Whitehall and stuff, and they're so sleazy and slimy and weaselly. Do you know what I mean? They've all got this way about them.
The Liverpudlian bloke's nice though. I met him, the one who's taking over, who's going to sort all their finances out. He's done that Liverpool Council, and he's bloody good. He knows what he's talking about. He does.
Let's see. Let's finish this video off. It's only like another 30 seconds left this night.
£2 million of investments that have gone wrong.
They've gone wrong at this time. Yes, we were working to recover some of that money. That's not lost. That's lost in this year, but that they're working. Loads of work is happening to recover all the finance.
Yeah.
Well, nothing's going to get done. You can just tell by looking at these people. They don't know business. They don't understand anything. They just, as Richard says on Rumble, they are all soy boys. Yeah, that's exactly what they are. They don't know nothing about business. They've always had public sector jobs. They don't know the real world. They're non-job people. Do you know what I mean? This, I'm going to play this quickly because this really sums it up. And I want to get this guy. I want to get this guy on. Obviously, he's been on UNN before. Is Godfrey Bloom, and this is a typical. Let's see, where is it? This is a typical day. Is this the one I'm looking for? Let's see. This is it, right? The average day of the average day of the working day of an average, and really listen to this, guys. Really listen to what Godfrey Bloom is saying here about how we get shafted every day of our lives, and we don't even realize that we're being conned. Most people, probably most of you, obviously, the exception of these people, of you guys watching, but just listen to this, guys. This is it.
Now, on behalf of the Europe of Freedom and Democracy, for 2 minutes, Mr. Bloom.
Thank you, Mr. President. I wonder if you'll permit me to gallop through the working day of the average Englishman. He wakes up and he turns on his taxed telly to get the news. He leaves his heavily taxed house, gets in his heavily taxed car. He fills it with heavily taxed diesel. He gets to work to earn an income which, after income tax, employer and employee national insurance, a third of his income has disappeared. A third. He drives home and stops on the high street for a few articles for the house. His purchases are taxed at 20%. He calls in for a pint, over 2/3 of the cost of which goes in tax. He dreams of a family holiday abroad, but he can't afford the airport tax. He longs for the day that he can retire, but the politicians won't let him go. We must steal his savings, mustn't we? The financial transaction tax. The poor sap doesn't even know we've nicked it. Of course, with the commission, top salaries, income tax free, non-contributory pension schemes, it's difficult for you, isn't it, to imagine his distress? Because you're not in this game, are you? You're not in this game. You don't pay any of this. You don't pay any of this. On a more technical note, perhaps I can pick up, Mr. President, I draw the House's attention to my own lunatic committee's Amendment 39 to Article 4B, the withdrawal of legal title to untaxed transactions anywhere in the world. Sugar in the petrol tank, if you will. We're very much looking forward to the vote. We're watching to see which imbeciles commend it. I suspect it will be the same usual parliamentarian.
I don't know what that last bit's about, but this is what I'm talking about. Graham was on earlier. The police officers, they get a tax-free lump sum. They're not in this game. They can tax everyone they want because they're not going to get taxed in the end.
Yeah.
And they don't, and people don't even know they're getting conned because people got this in their head that it's normal to pay this outrageous amount of tax. It's normal to pay £6 a pint now in London. It's normal. You're getting people in new generation. I don't really have much hope for the new generation, if I'm honest. At least it's going to take at least another generation to wake people up, I think.
Yes. Yeah.
What do you think, Lisa?
Yeah, because there's nothing here for them. That's the problem. They keep saying, "Oh, this is what I'm going to hand over to my new family and all that." Why? You haven't got it now, so how could you hand it on to them? you've got to build now. I keep saying, show it now, but they're not interested. None of them are interested because they think, oh, you know, just fall in line with the rest of them. And I'm just
That's a
tired.
great. I just Tony Garrett here.
Yeah.
It's hard for a thief to understand the struggle of the person they steal from.
Exactly. Thank you, Tony.
That's a great quote.
Totally,
I see. Thank you as well. Galahad 45 on D Live. 2 diamonds there. First one says globalism equals Freemasonry equals Judaism. And his second comment is never trust the small hats. They have hive minds. Pandora Chaser, he missed road tax. Did he not mention that? Yes. Well, the MEPs, you know, they literally get 2 minutes to speak. They have to cram everything into those 2 minutes. They just get cut off. They might just cut off. MEPs, total illusion, total sham illusion of democracy in Europe. You know, they're just. I mean, it's just total nonsense. So when will you know the results, Lisa? Is it tomorrow you're going to account?
Yeah, no, it's about 3 a.m. He said he's going to check. 3 a.m. tomorrow morning.
That what? Sorry.
But he's going to check if I voted.
Oh, what they're counting it immediately after 10 p.m. Like usually with the council ones, they wait till the next day to count them.
No,
I know the MP ones they count immediately as soon as the polling station closes.
Yeah, no, I think it's.
So you'll know by 3 a.m. Probably it might be even a bit sooner than that. And was there the police and crime commissioner? Was that in Essex?
Yeah, that's Essex as well. Yeah, with Shane Wales walking around with him the other day.
Do you know who your so you personally, do you know who your opponents were? Do you know who the other people
Alan May's Conservative. He comes from Tilbury. So he's from Tilbury, and you got that Clifford James bloke who I've never even seen going around from Labour. I've only ever met Alan. I've not met that.
So there's 3 candidates, is there? So Labour, Conservative, and you. Is that right?
Yeah.
Oh well, yeah. You might actually have a decent chance to actually get onto the council in that case. But
exactly.
And the police crime commissioner for Essex, who is it? Is it the same 3? Labour, Conservative, Lib Dem, I imagine.
Lib Dem. Yeah, I voted Lib Dem.
No one stands in a police crime commissioner. It's usually just the 3 parties. Green don't even bother standing a candidate. I rarely see a Green candidate. You got to pay $5,000 just to be a candidate.
Yeah.
£5,000.
Yeah.
And you probably won't even get that money back. So you've got to get at least 5% of the vote to get that deposit back, which is more harder than it sounds.
Yeah.
So it just goes straight into the coffers to be embezzled somewhere. So there you go. But anyway, Lisa, good luck with it. I'm going to be heading off. Hopefully we'll bump into each other. I was going to come see you
to get that cover off you. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've still got a car cover thing over there. Yours, aren't I? I was going to pop by because I had to change a tire for my van. I get a new tire, part one, and there was a place nearby, but for some reason I can't remember why now. I couldn't. I had to go. Whether there was a reason, I can't remember what it was though. So
take care, Carly Mids.
Take care. Thanks, man. Everyone's saying good luck and good luck in tomorrow. Hopefully, if you let us know. Message me. Let me know. Just let whether you are elected or not. Just tell me what you got. Be interested. So be interested to hear. So maybe Wednesday.
On 10 o'clock tonight. So I can't get Purfleet. So
are you? Oh, you're going to the count, are you?
They've asked me to, but I can't get to Purfleet. So
I would.
They've given me all the paperwork for it, but I can't get there. Thanks, Kat.
Yeah. So we'll do that. Okay. Well, let us know, Lisa. And thanks for coming on.
Right,
take care. Have a good night. Take care. Thanks for coming on. See you. Bye. That was Lisa there, guys. Lisa Sargent. Hopefully, I when it comes to a local level, I think it sometimes is, and because they're free as well. Well, nothing's free in this world, but you know what I mean. You as an individual don't have to pay a charge, not yet. Don't put any ideas into their head.